We are in conversation with Manchu Vishnu, and here we go with some more questions as he explains to us the talks that are taking place between him as Movie Artists Association president and the Film Chamber of Commerce. Some things have been agreed upon. One point he's mainly told us is that he wants insurance for every artist who's featuring in a movie. And this is something that is unique, a step forward. Did it take some amount of pressure from your side for them to accept it, or did the producers easily understand the need for it?
See, probably the minute I put in, it was a 2-minute conversation with them, and I insisted, I said that's non-negotiable. And probably by the end of the meeting, everybody were in sync with what I had requested. And they saw the merit in what I requested. It was not an unreasonable request. I gave them a couple of incidences earlier also. For example, I told them, there was a shooting in 2017 where I was doing in Malaysia, where it was a action sequence, and the stuntman did a mistake and he hit the bike from behind. I almost broke my shoulder. So the producer was there for a day, and the next day, because God has given us something, we are well to do, my entire family and friends flew down to Malaysia, and I was there for a day in the hospital, and then I was bed rested at the hotel for 3 days. The entire production had to leave the very next day. They knew the main lead was hurt, and they just left. And I had to come back to India, and it took me 1 month to get back to shape. And even till today, my left shoulder is not fully healed. It gets hurt when I do an excessive action sequence or workout sessions or everything. But I'm in rehab. Even after 4 or 5 years, I get into rehab on and off. Now, how many of them can afford what I can afford? And there was an actor, about 30 years ago, I don't want to take the name, but what the hell, I'll just tell it out. Sri Nutan Prasad Garu, who's no more with us. Who was compensating him?
For the rest of his life, he was on a wheelchair.
On a wheelchair. So the producer, to a certain extent, even the producer also needs to make money. Now it's up to the insurance. You insure them, the producer's happy, the actor is happy.
Okay.
Because we actors don't take any precautions as much as what it is required. And especially the heroes are probably, as a hero I'll tell you, we are privileged. But what about the character artists? To a certain level, character artists are privileged. But what about the other members? So I'm requested them, all MA members must have insurance. And we made sure of it.
Okay. Anything else has been agreed upon from?
There are quite other few points which have been agreed upon. More in an amicable sense. And apart from that also, there are a few things which the chamber is also looking into it. I've been hearing some ridiculous requests from the cast and the crew. It's not just the cast, it's also the crew. I want, during the lunchtime, I need lunch from a certain restaurant, go bring it and come. So as a producer, I'll tell you, okay, I'll be shooting in Shamshabad, which the nearest 5-star hotel could be. Let us say I'm shooting in a location near Shamshabad. Now imagine a car has to come all the way here, buy something for him for about 2,000 rupees or her.
Be allowed to use the word held to ransom by an artist who's demanding all this. So will you be able to marry these two, sync out, see that these differences do not widen and these issues are solved to an extent at least?
See, the producers, if they're all united, then this is possible.
Okay.
The association, as an actor, I can only recommend, I won't impose. Okay. But the producers, if all of us, now I'll talk to you as a producer, if all of us get together and decide without breaking ranks, if we are together, yes, it is possible. And yes, but there's nothing wrong with the actors feeling, hurt or something like that. These are all, new things which came into the industry only about 15 years ago. This is pretty new, considering earlier it wasn't like this. Earlier, producer was the one who was always the king on set.
Is it also a fact that some actors want chartered flights? Does this also happen in the industry?
No, I haven't heard of that.
Okay.
If you are going to go as an obligation, then that's a problem. But I don't think I've never heard anybody saying that I need a charter flight to come. I haven't heard that. That's ridiculous.
All right. And what is this that they talk about vanity vans, everyone and anyone demanding that they be given one?
Including the heroine, they used to just, put bed sheets out and they used to quickly change and come. Great actresses, great actors, female actors, male actors, great actors did this. They all did this. They didn't have vanity vans at that time. Vanity vans came in because there's a comfort zone for you to wear makeup or change your clothes and come out and stay in public. But some of them have been misusing it, thinking that, in between shots we go and stay in the vanity van. But if the director is a strong person, and if a producer is a strong person, and if they command the respect, see, for us, to be honest, the director is the captain, the actor is not the captain. I'm a sports person, so you have to go blindly with what your captain says. You have to follow the order of the captain. And if your captain is a strong man, the team players have to fall in line. It's basic rule.
The producers have absolutely no say in how the film runs, some of them or most of them, because it's entirely given to the director, and the producer is nowhere seen in the picture except that he pumps in money. Are there people like that?
There could be people like that. Come on, which profession does not have yin and yang? Which profession doesn't have that? But there are veterans also who make some mistakes. Sometimes I believe you, I give you the reins of, the entire chariot, and if you do not drive it well, then I realize, oh God, I shouldn't have done that. But there are some people who've been really successful by just doing that. So, you don't know what works, what doesn't work. But, the producer's always in control.
Are actors willing to cut down on their remuneration? Because there is definitely a demand. Maybe that demand has been not made personally with you, but overall, they would like...
See, if the producer wants to come to me and tells me, Vishnu, will you please cut down this so and so price? I can't afford to do it. It's up to me personally whether I want to do it or not. And if I don't do it, I might lose a movie. And if I think, okay, so what? But if that movie really excites me, I would do it. See, for example, take my case. If Mr. Rajmouli comes and tells, sends word and says, hey, Vishnu, I want you to play a role in my movie. It's going to do it. I'm not going to pay you much. There's no money in this, but we're going to put a lot on that movie. I would definitely accept it. But if some newcomer comes and tells me, boss, I'm making a regular commercial movie, it's not going to be big. We have only a certain budget. Will you do it? I'll think twice. Whether the script is interesting, should I do it? Will it help me? Nah. I would be adding more value to the project. So I would say, I'm being more value to the project.
Do you think the entire issue or issues would be resolved?
It will be resolved. Now it is almost resolved. As per my knowledge, it's almost resolved. The producer council and the chamber will come forward and say that, we can start shooting. Because even I'm waiting, because my movie Jinnah is coming up and I have only one song left. And I'm racing against time, to complete that song. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. But I know this is not just for Vishnu. I am in trouble because I'm not able to shoot that song. But I'm okay to bite the bullet because this is for the greater good. The Telugu film industry, has to survive. It has to flourish.
Do you have a date in mind?
I think in less than a week, everything will be resolved.
Okay.
Much faster also.
Okay. Thank you, Vishnu, for your time.
Thank you.
Hey, that was Manchu Vishnu talking with us about what the Telugu film industry is going through. And as he mentioned during our conversation, he is an optimistic man and his ending words were also optimistic. Thank you so much. This is Sushil Rao of the Times of India in Hyderabad.